A look into a book with Balanagendran, an excavation for eternal bliss.
Vanakkam, good evening and welcome to a look into a book with Balanagendran, an excavation for eternal bliss on Radio Udaan of Light of Life. Cool, cozy, endearing evening in Chennai, live, a look into a book, an excavation for eternal bliss. Participate with us. Participate in all the shows that you listen. Type in your address bar www.radioudaan.com or radioudaan.com to submit your feedback. The more you submit, the more you get closer to be conferred a free ticket, a ticket of entry into the maiden convention of Radio Udaan, which is going to be on Jan 31st, 2015 in New Delhi. So hurry up, give your feedbacks. Excellent, very good, good, okay, poor are the choices. Your choice is surely the key to open the door of success. And continue to support Radio Udaan's eternal journey. And don't miss the excavation for eternal bliss, the treasure hunt show, a look into a book with Balanagendran, as we are heading to 45th consecutive treasure hunt. Just five more episodes to achieve the milestone of the 50th look into a book. 50 weeks without you, it's impossible. You can also join with us on Facebook, facebook.com/Radio Udaan, RADIO space UDAAN, and interact with me instantly. When you're listening this in the 60 minutes, you can tell me instantly how I am speaking. It's boring, it's something like condescending, obnoxious, or something obvious that you want to say without hidden agenda. I hope none has hidden agenda with Radio Udaan. Everything is transparent, as we like to be so. Skype me. Skype ID is Radio Udaan, RADIOUDAAN. Today, I'm going to fulfill your wish, your demand, your requisition, your persistent suggestion. We are going to go back for a while, probably around 10-12 episodes ago, but I'm not going to say what I've already said. I hate the usage of cliches, but today we are going to see the mixture, the confluence of 4 or 5 episodes under one single roof on this December 16, 2014. Today, Tuesday, marks 2 events that shook the world. One is still shaking, another one has the shades of shock for the past 2 years. December 16th, 2012. A helpless paramedics woman has undergone a vicious sexual assault at the hands of 6 men that led to nationwide condemnation and establishment of fast-track courts and the history. Even the case has received the attention of international community. The second one has begun today morning in our neighbor country. Formerly our brethren, now our neighbors. The Army Public School has been vandalized. More than 130 killed as of now. Most of them, around 90%, were innocent school-going children. On behalf of A Look Into a Book, I pay my respect to the innocents who laid their lives at the hands of senseless brutality. May their soul rest in peace. As we move with heavy heart into our look into a book, today we are going to test our analytics, our reasoning, our skill to intercept the concept that has been given by the Indian to the world, the Indian scriptures to the world, which has been compiled by an eminent scholar. We have witnessed this, and today we are going to see the collection of significant points that you have requested. We have received the requisition of many archives. Soon you will find all my look into a book in our YouTube channel, Radio Udaan. Subscribe to that. And now let's begin our treasure hunt of A Look Into a Book on December 16, 2014 with Vedic Match Special. Principles of Vedic Maths, a book written by Venkatrama Shastri, who has been one of the eloquent contributor to the languages. Apart from English, his contributions were flourished in Tamil and Sanskrit. He has been the pioneer in propagating Vedic functions. As we all believe, most of us, Vedas only known for religious rituals and shlokas. He proved that Vedas meant beyond those two. As a part of that, he has compiled and written the juxtaposed formats of articles presenting the principles of Vedic maths, covering 16 basic formulae and 13 sub-formulae, out of which you can go till the end, from basic arithmetics and geometrics, from arithmetic progression to geometric progression, AP, GP, and to quadratic polynomial, integral calculus, differential calculus, trigonometry, and algebraic cum syllogic synthesis. This is how a small 200 odd pages quantum of book has done to the world. It has been widely accepted in the Western and the European worlds as a tool to enhance the thinking and reasoning. However, the Western and the European prowess doesn't have the courtesy to accept it as an academic tool, as they question the validity of Vedic maths principles with Trachtenberg, a European maths technique that couples with Western mathematics. According to the archaeological evidence, we find that the concept of LCM and HGF and GCM, we can say, greatest common multiplier, were found by Brahmagupta. But the academic, including India and the European come Western world, considers Mr. John Napier the founder and the forerunner, come pioneer in proliferation of the concepts of LCM, HCF or GCM. As we have invented the valuable number 0. Personally, it has no value, but without 0, none of the number has any value. So the contribution of India has been widened. Venkatarama Shastri explains all these things with the principles that he has collected from 4 Vedas, not only from Rig Veda, from Yajur, Sama, Atharvana Veda, and he has specified with proper explanations and illustrations. You can request the archives in our website on Vedic Maths. You can send a mail with regard to that, mail@radioudaan.com, mail@radioudaan.com, radioudaan.com. As of now, let's plunge ourselves into the discussion of 4 or 5 concepts through which we can found what Indian brain could do to the world. The mastermind of mathematics.
रेडियो उड़ान कन्वेंशन 2015।
मकसद आप सबसे मिलने का।
रेडियो उड़ान कन्वेंशन 2015
जहां होंगी पोइट्री, प्ले, सिंगिंग, प्रेजेंटेशन और मच मोर।
So what are you waiting for? जल्दी से रजिस्टर करें हमारी वेबसाइट www.radioudan.com पर और बने पार्ट 2015 रेडियो उड़ान कन्वेंशन का।
You are listening to Radio Udaan, Radio Udaan, Radio Udaan, a flight of life. For more information, log on to www.radioudaan.com. Happy listening.
A look into a book with Balanagendran, an excavation for eternal bliss.
Squares. How to find the square of a value? We have discussed with the squares that has the base value of 50, 100, and let's see with crisp, so that you can find the squares of even 920 or 924. What is the square of 924? You have to consider 900 as the base value. You have to add 24 to that 924, 948, and you have to have the value of 24 square. Before doing all these stuffs, you need to make sure that you have memorized the squares to 25. That is essential. If you want to do well in Vedic maths, or I can put it the best, if you want to do well mathematics in general with the help of simple, scintillating Vedic maths, you need to memorize some concepts such as square values up to 25, cube values if possible up to 25. 25 will be very good because 25 is nothing but 1/4 of 100. If you know 25, if you know the values and it is fixed till 25, you can move on with maths as maths is your own regime. Of course, mathematics is the only area where you can find the answer to the question which has no clue for that. That's where substitution comes. Well, let's get back to the business. Let's find the square of a number which has the value lesser or closer to 50, which means above 50. First, you need to find 2-3 important principles which we haven't explained on this compiled mode in our previous shows. So today you can grasp it again. First thing, look at the value. Come to the conclusion that which is going to be your base value. For example, 53. You can take 100 as a base value, but you need to find the distance, which is 47. That stands enormous. Hence, it's better to have 50 as your base value. And find the distance or difference between your base value and the given value. What has been given as 53, the base value is 50. Difference, 53 minus 50 equals 3. Add the difference with the given value. Given value here is 53 plus 3, 56. As you have taken 50 as your base value, you have to divide this 56 by 2. Kindly note, I've heard from many of you through mails that while dividing by 2 from the given value, you haven't found the exact answer. The reason is, without adding the difference to the given value, you might have divided by 2, where you won't find the answer. First you have to find the base value, you have to find the difference between the given value and the base value. Then you have to add the difference that you have found to that given value, not with that base value, to that given value. 3 steps are over, then divided by 2. 4 steps are completed. What you got? 28. 56 divided by 2, 28. And square the difference, which is 3 squares 9, and join with 28, 289. Is this the answer? Certainly not, because when you square a number that is 2 in digits and that crosses the square of 31 will have double digits. 30 square, 900. And you must know that after 31 square, it crosses the value of 3 digits to 4 digits. These are the concepts that will come to you by practice. Hence, as of now, let's focus that the value is 53. Hence, the answer must be in 4 digits. But you have here 2, 8, and 9. So you can do add 0 preceded to 9, which means at the left side of 9, 2809 will be your answer. You can request this archive as well if you are unable to get. Let me explain once more. 56, base value 50, difference 56 minus 50, 6. Then add the difference to the given value, 56 plus 6, 62. As we have taken 50 as the base value divided by 2, which gives you 31. Keep it at the left side of your mind. Square 6, you'll get 36. Join with it 3136, which is nothing but 3136. Here you need not add 0 because you've already got 4 digits. When you multiply double digit numbers, which crosses 31 square, will give you the answer in 4 digits. This is what the thing. Let's go back to 100. 100 is nothing but walk in the park. If you know 50, well. So practice even while eating, while bathing, while walking, while listening, to any sports or event in the television or radio. As our mind doesn't stand at one place, the monkey mind jumps all along. So you can invest that monkey mind to jump into the thinking of valuing squares. That will be better. So practice it. That's how I could be able to explain without hesitation, because I used to practice while I'm eating. Whenever I eat, I think of some numbers and I used to find values. So when I listen to a cricket match, I will read the principles. It will come to us. So try this. Value which are closer, maybe lesser or above 100. We would like to note here, as we are mentioning that values that are lesser and above, which are closer to 100, doesn't mean that if you have a bigger value, you cannot find the value. For example, 82 square, which has some bigger difference between 100, that is 18. We will solve today. But before that, let's see 95. 95 square is, first find the base value, which is nothing but 100. Find the difference. 100 minus 95, 5. Now what you have to do, deduct that base value, the distance or difference which you have found from the base value with the given value. So 95 minus 5 equals 90. Keep it in your mind at the left side. Square 5, 25, 9025. But you can follow this, or you have another convenient easy method to find the square values of a number which ends in 5. In case of 95, let's make it as it is. Find the first digit of the number. First digit is nothing but the first digit at the left side. Don't go to the right side. Right side is unit digit. We will call it last digit in order to understand the concept via layman language. Layman language is useful. That's how I understand the concept. I don't know the professional language when I explain. So here 9 is the first digit, 5 is the second digit. Multiply the first digit with its next largest number, which means 9 and 10. I may be faster, but listen now, and you can request the archive, which will help you to recollect and re-listen. But don't forget to listen now, otherwise archive won't be helpful because you'll be confused. So that if you listen, if you have any doubt, you can text as of now. Okay, it's 9. 9 into 10, 90. Keep it at the left of your mind. Now, the second digit. Square that digit, join with it, 9025. This is better than the previous method. However, it's good to know everything about something. Last concept in the square before we enter into the percentages, multiplications, and finally ending with some phenomenal, interesting Vedic maths technique that I'll tell you later. As of now, let's find the square value of 103, which is higher than the base value. Base value is 100, difference is 3. Add the difference with the given value is 103. So 103 plus 3 is 106. 3 steps are over. Do we have to divide here or not? I have to mention, and you must note in your mind, that whenever you take 100 as your base value, you need not divide or multiply. Vedic maths principle says you need to multiply by 1. But as we all know, if you multiply any number by 1, you will get the same number. Hence, we can straight away go from third step to fifth. 106, keep it, square 3, have 9. But here you need to note it down. 1069 you have. We have already know the numbers that cross 31 square will have 4-digit answer. But here 106 and 9, 1069 for 103 square. How is it possible? Because 40 square alone gives you 1600. Hence, we should not write 1069. We have to write 0 in front of 9. So it gives you 10,609. Here, 10,609. Let's see how can we, go if we have a bigger value. For example, 82. As I've said, kindly remember or memorize the square values up to 25. Because if the square goes till 75, for example, if you need to find the square of 78 square, you can even take 100 as your value, because 22 square is nothing but 484. So 78, base value 22, 56, you will keep as it is. Then you will get 22 square, 484. Then you can have your answer. But if the number is asked to find you the value of 72 square, where you need not go 100, you need not choose to take 100 as your base value because it is larger, 28. It's better to take 50 as your base value so that you can deal with 22. That's why memorizing till 25, a quarter of a century, is always important. Let's do 82. Difference 18. Reduction from the given value gives you 64. Keep it at the left side of your mind. 18 square gives you 324. So 6724 is the right answer. Kindly let me know if I'm wrong. Stay tuned, don't go anywhere. More exciting informations are waiting for you. It will help you to grab Mrs. Confusion as well. This is what the purpose of today's Vedic Math special, as you requested in a look into a book, an excavation for eternal bliss.
जी हाँ दोस्तों, मेरे यानी कि अपने दोस्त आरजे श्याम के साथ चलिए टेक्नोलॉजी के सफर टेक सिटी पर, जहाँ होंगी बातें मोबाइल्स की और होंगी बातें कंप्यूटर्स की। तो मेरे यानी कि अपने दोस्त आरजे श्याम के साथ सुनना न भूलिएगा हर बुधवार रात 8 बजे रेडियो उड़ान पर टेक सिटी।
बीते हुए लम्हों की कसक साथ
फिल्मी सितारों के कुछ खास लम्हात, कुछ खास जज्बात। सुनिए उनकी निजी जिंदगी की लव स्टोरी और वॉर की पूरी कहानी हमारे इस खास कार्यक्रम में, जिसका नाम है लम्हे लम्हे, कुछ खट्टे खट्टे, कुछ मीठे मीठे। हर बुधवार रात 9 से 10 मेरे यानी आरजे सुशील के साथ सिर्फ रेडियो उड़ान पर।
मुलाकात तो होगी।
एक मंच जहां मिलती है महत्वपूर्ण जानकारियां,
सवाल हो और जवाब दूं।
एक मंच जहां होते हैं हंसी और ठहाके।
वाह।
एक मंच जहां होती हैं चर्चाएं।
दूसरी वाली आपको नहीं समर्पित करूंगा।
नहीं कीजिए, बड़े स्पोर्टिंग है।
आप पहले सुन लीजिए, उसके बाद कहिएगा आपको चाहिए समर्पण कि नहीं चाहिए।
एक मंच जहां मिलेगा लोकप्रिय संगीत।
और इन सब के बीच एक ऐसा मंच जहां मिलता है सब कुछ। लॉग ऑन कीजिए www.radioudan.com और जुड़ जाइए हमारे साथ।
A look into a book with Balanagendran, an excavation for eternal bliss.
Well, I hope all of you have got the point to find the squares, and I must make things clear. None of the competitive exams, I'm sure none of the competitive exams are going to ask you the question, I quote, find the square value of this. But if you know this principle, you can solve all sorts of mathematical or numeric problems, either from CAT, GMAT, GATE, CSAT, GSAT, INSAT, whatever it is. And let's move, but before, let me give you some point for fractions. What we have to do if we need to take the base value as 150. Multiplying a number by 150 may be easier to someone or tedious to someone. It's very simple. Multiply a number by 100 and half, add to it, it will become 150. There is a proverb that always goes, it is easier said than done. So, it's better if you want to multiply any number by 150, not only in finding the square values, you just do it as 1.5 and add 2 zeros. That will help you. Something sounds silly, isn't it? But 1.5 into 100 is 150. 1.5 into 10 is 15. Into 10 is 150. 1.5, you can do it easily. Any number into 1, the same number, and half of it, add towards it. Or, you want more. It's nothing but 3 by 2. The fractional value is 3 by 2 for 150. Then what for 250? 5 by 2. Then what for 350? 7 by 2. 450? 9 by 2. You can do this if you want to do like multiply any number with it. Multiply a number with 625. Or let's do this. 480 into 25 square is a question. Or you have found through calculations 480 into 25 square will give you the exact answer to the question which is there in the option. So 480 into 25 square is nothing but 625. But multiplying some number with the number where there are less number of zeros is always a hectic task. So let's do this. Pretty easy. 625 equals 10,000 by 16. You divide it. If you have calculator, you can divide it and let me know. 10,000 by 16, 16 equals what? 625. So here 480 into 10,000 by 16. While thinking, visualizing or writing, this may sound very big. You could say I can go straight away to 625 and multiply instead of doing this, but let me make clear. If you think like that, you'll end up being solving only one question in 2 hours. In competitive exams, it doesn't matter how faster you do or how slower you do, but it really matters how many questions you've done it accurately. To increase that accuracy, shortcuts, easy ways to reach the destiny, the strategic approach is essential. So this is that strategic approach. You can straight away divide 16 and 480. It will give you 30, because 16 into 3, 48, 10, 30. 30 into 10,000, we all know the value, that 30 into 10,000 is nothing but 30 lakh. You sit and find like this. For example, what is the value? If you have to multiply a number by 225, what can you do? 225 is nothing but you can do 900 by 4. Or you can think more than that. That's your own intellectual interest. I leave it to you. Vedic maths says this. You read principles of Vedic maths, formula by formula, you will surely get a clear-cut concept. Caution: if you are not aware of clear mathematics, or in other words, if you haven't studied maths in your school after your 6th or 7th, kindly have some look, have some search in the internet about Vedic maths, and you can request the archive. It's better way. You have first listen, then purchase the book, then read. Otherwise you'll feel like you have been blindfolded and taken into the dense bush. Okay, let's move now to find the values of average with decreasing and increasing elements. You have to find the average of the sum when one goes out or comes in. For example, if a student scores 400 marks in 5 subjects, this will be the question, and the first and the 5th subject totals up to 120. I mean the average. The 3rd and the 4th up to the average of 140. Then what is the 5th number? You can find it. Let me give you 2 or 3 examples as we are moving towards the closure in 20 minutes. Well, First, let's see. A student scored 80% in 5 papers: English, economics, history, geography, and civics. When you had physics, his average is increased by 5%. Find out the mark he scored in physics. This is how you're going to find the highest mark scored in physics. The conventional method goes 80 into 5, 400. Then increase by 5 means 80 plus 5, 85. Then you will find 85 into 6. You will get the answer as 510. Then you will deduct 510 from 400. You will find the value 100 as your answer. But let's come to the conclusion that 110 without doing these sort of hectic and Himalayan methods. Let's go. First consider, when there are 5 subjects, his average was 80. When one subject is added, the average was increased by 5. Okay, so when one subject comes in, average increases by 5, which means that one subject gives extra 5 points to all the 5. I mean, rest of the 5. So it adds 25 more in total. I repeat, when 5 subjects were there, 80 is the average. When you add the 6th, it not only comes with an increase to itself, but also increases 5 points in rest of the 5 subjects. So 5 into 5, 25. Keep in mind. And how much the average increased, as the question says, from 80 to 85. 85 plus 25, 110. You can calculate this in a microsecond rather than the laborious conventional method. Let's look another one. The average score of a batsman in 10 innings is 48. When his last innings is added to it, the average is increased to 50. And find out the runs he has scored. Here, increased to 50. In last question we have seen increased by 5. You need to notice the difference between the terms 2 and 5. So I hope all of us know the difference. Let's move. What the thing says, when 10 innings were there, the average was 48. When 11th one is added, it not only comes with 50, but it gives 2 extra points to all the 10. 2 extra points to the rest of the 10. So 2 into 10, 20, and the 11th innings comes with 50. So 50 plus 20 equals 70. 70 is the run that the batsman scored in his 11th innings. Okay, fine. When the average is increasing, we're doing this. What about when the average is decreased? The same method. Let's illustrate.
Hello.
Hey, what about your exam?
Oh, what can I say? I'm flunked once again. This reasoning section is hurting a lot. I don't know what to do.
good news for you. Hold on and listen to the script.
2 plus 1 is equal to 3. 3 plus 4 is equal to 21. 5 plus 6 is equal to 55. Then 4 plus 8 is equal to what? What comes once in a year, twice in a week?
जी हाँ फ्रेंड्स, हम आपके लिए लाए हैं एक बहुत ही मजेदार शो जिसका नाम है मिसेस कंफ्यूजन, जो कि आपकी कंफ्यूजन क्रिएट भी करेंगी और उसे सॉल्व भी करेंगी। सो सुनना ना भूलिए मिसेस कंफ्यूजन, a show on reasoning every Sunday 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. only on Radio Udaan.
आप सुन रहे हैं रेडियो उड़ान, द फ्लाइट ऑफ लाइफ, वर्ल्ड्स नंबर 1 इंटरनेट रेडियो स्टेशन ऑफ इट्स ओन काइंड। सुनते रहिए और एंजॉय कीजिए रेडियो उड़ान।
A look into a book with Balanagendran, an excavation for eternal bliss.
Let's see the same. When 10 innings and the runs were calculated, that gives the average of 48. Okay, let me not go this much highway. Let's do. The average of the batsman's score in 10 innings is 48. When the last innings goes out, it takes the average to be decreased to 46. What is the run that he has scored in the 10th innings? The question says, while calculating the average in 10 innings, for 10 innings it's 48. When you take the 10 innings out, the average is decreased to 46, which means the average is decreased by 2. So, what it says, when 10 innings are there, 48. When one innings goes out, it not only goes out with its 48, but it thrashes 2 points from all the rest of 9 innings. A guy like me will always do like thrashing from all those areas when I leave. Okay, it goes, it has its own 48, let it be, and it takes 2 from the rest of the 9. Mind it, not 2 from all the 10, because while we are calculating 48, we have already found and added the 2 into the 10th innings. Don't worry about it, you have to find the rest. 2 into 9 is 18. 48 plus 18 equals 66. 66 is the 10th and the last innings run scored by the batsman. To verify the truth, you can find when 9 innings were there, the average was 46. When the 10th innings was added, the average is increased to 48. It's nothing but while coming, it not only comes with 48, it also increases 2 points to the rest of the 9 innings. So 48 plus 9 into 2, it's nothing but 66. So cross verification proved. Finally, I would like to tell you about fractions and how to add a common, the natural, whole or integers into the fraction. Fraction is nothing but you will have a numerator, a number at the top, and the denominator the number at the bottom. So you can find 1 by 2 is a fraction. Some people will say 1 upon 2. Don't get confused. 1 upon 2 is nothing but there is a line drawn between 1 and 2. You can say 1 is upon 2 or 1 by 2. But 1 by 2 is the widely accepted math jargon. So 1 by 2, let's use. You want to add 1 by 2 and 1. It's nothing, pretty simple. If you know how to add 1 by 2 and 1, you can add 2 by 100 with 20. That's not at all a tough task. Let's do both. One by 2 and 1. You have to know the difference between the numerator and the denominator. Numerator is the number at the top. Here it is 1. Denominator is the number at the bottom. It's 2. What you have to do when you want to add a number with the fraction 1 by 2 plus 1, for example, it says 1 by 2 plus 1. You have to do multiply the denominator with the number 2 into 1, 2. Kindly note, multiply the denominator with the number 2 into 1, 2. Then add the multiplier that you have received or got or you have found with the numerator. 2 into 1, 2, which you have already found. So 2 plus 1, 3. But 3 is not the answer, gentlemen and ladies. But one more step remains. What's that? It's nothing but writing the denominator below the answer that you found is what? So you have found 3 and put the denominator 2 as it is. 3 by 2 is the answer. For example, you have to add 20 plus 1 by 10. 20 plus 1 by 10, here numerator 1, denominator 10, and the number is 20. So, 10 into 20 is nothing but 200 plus 1, 201, 201 by 10. Finished. Why I've said this? There is a reason. Because when you need to find the values in simple interest and compound interest, in simple interest, the values will be the same. For example, 500, 10% interest for 4 years. 500 into 10 by 100 is nothing but 50. So 50 for 4 years, 50 into 4 is 200. So at the end of 4 years, you will have 700 with the 500 in cash and the 200 as your interest of 10% for 4 years. But when you need to have compound interest, what you need to do, the first year interest will be the same with simple and compound interest. 50 into 10 by 100, sorry, 500 into 10 by 100, 50, add with 500, 550, first year over. Next year, it won't be 50, it will be 550 into 10 by 100. What you will get? 55. Add those 55 with 550, you will get 605. Then, for third year, you have to do 605 into 10 by 100, not 500 into 10 by 100. So to avoid this hectic, time-bound manner, let me tell you a simple way.
words, words, words. Let's see in the ocean of words and explore its origin, meaning, usage, and many other known and unknown facts about it. Let's sail in the world of magical words and travel far with entertainment. To listen, Ocean of Words, every Wednesday from 10 to 11 p.m. log on www.radioudaan.com.
आप सुन रहे हैं रेडियो उड़ान, फ्लाइट ऑफ लाइफ।
A look into a book with Balanagendran, an excavation for eternal bliss.
Very simple method. Let's do this. The person is being lent a loan of 500 with 10% interest for 4 years of compound interest. Not simple interest, compound interest. Compound interest is nothing but you are building a compound around the building, which is nothing but interest on interest. So, what will be the amount after 4 years will be the question. In IBPS clerks, state PSCs, and in some other clerical come grade C, B level exams, you can find these sort of questions. So here we go. 500 into 10 by 100. You need not do this. First, let's eliminate the unwanted enemies. Here the enemy is 0. Because in 10 we have 1 0, in 100 we have 2 zeros. So let's sacrifice 1 0 each. In the 10 has turned to 1 and the 100 has turned to 10. Now 500 into 1 by 10. Shall we go with it? No. You need to add 1 to it because compound interest is interest on interest. So 1 plus 1 by 10. 10 into 1 1. 10 into 1, 10, sorry. 10 plus 1, 11. 11 by 10. Now go with it. 500 into 11 by 10. 500 by 10 is 50. 50 into 11 is 550. You have got, without adding, doing any tedious works, the first year amount. Now do this. 550 into 11 by 10. 550 by 10, cut the zeros, 55. 55 into 11 is nothing but 605. Again, 605 into 11 by 10, 60.5. 60.5 into 11 is nothing but 665.5. You can do the same way. 665.5 into 11 by 10. You will get 66.55 into 11 will give you the 4th year value directly. Well friends, with that note, it's time for me to move and pay away to Sports Galaxy as the clock is going to tick to 10. Time is a ticking bomb. That's why we used to say ticking time bomb. I hope I have given some insights from the 6 weeks of Vedic maths. If you want more, kindly request the archive, and whenever possible, I will come with Vedic maths special episodes when you request, as per your request. Request the archive, www.radioudaan.com, radioudaan.com, and also send mail to mail@radioudaan.com, mail@radioudaan.com. Soon we will come with a YouTube measure, all a look into a book, especially for Vedic maths as the first priority. Till then, Stay tuned with us. Listen to all the shows. Don't forget to feedback. Stay safe. Whenever you feel anybody with suspicion around your area, don't forget to complain to your nearest police station given by the advice. As of now, this is me, Balanagan, signing off, saying good night, buenas noches, vanakkam.
A look into a book with Balanagendran, an excavation for eternal bliss.